is your girl, Sis-Lo. I'm coming to you bright and early this morning, and just as I promised, I have something to share with you. This topic that I'm talking about this morning is something that's very, very important to me, and it's what I would call an FYI moment, something that we all need to take back, look at it, and take it all in, educate ourselves as well as our young people. Okay, so the topic of my subject today is nature versus nurture, and it is concerning a 34-year-old by the name of L.G.O. Bishop. L.G.O. Bishop is a self-proclaimed master teacher, a cult leader, and a self-proclaimed Jesus in the flesh. And this young man had decided in around about 2012 that he was going to go off into the tropics and live off of nature, and that he would get together a gathering of followers, and they would accompany him out into the jungle, into the woods, and that they will live happily ever after, and they will dine on nature's fruit and nature's candy, and they will live forever, and they will rise above every earthly thing because they did not believe in the Babylonian principles, which are the principles of the world. Also, a part of adapting these principles would include for you to deny anything from this Babylonian world, not excluding, but and not exclusive to, but it is including denying your very own parents and family and loved ones. So, in order to come and partake of this cult, you have to deny your family, deny that your mother and your father are yours. You have to sever your relationship with them, and you go wherever the master, teacher, chief prophet is, and you will obey him, you will listen to him, he will preach to you, and he will minister to you, and he will teach you everything that it is that you need to know to maintain yourself in this world outside of the Babylonian system. So, the first trip began on his journey from this hell realm, as he so eloquently put it. Bishop encouraged others to join him as he taught them the Christ consciousness principles, and he led them to Costa Rica. Once they were in Costa Rica, they were aboard a bus, and they were asked for their paperwork to basically verify the ownership of the bus and their citizenship papers or passports. Well, reluctantly, Bishop, or as he wants to be called, Master Teacher, or he refused to give the federales or whomever the paperwork, and so a huge fight ensued, and they were deported from Costa Rica and sent back to the United States. Okay, once they were here in the United States, they regathered themselves. Some of them, not all of them, went back. They regathered themselves. They got up some more money, and back away they went. But only this time, they went to the jungle of Belize. Once they got to Belize, they found a remote place in the jungle to set up tents. And I do mean tent. when I tell you that these young people have denounced everything in the Babylonian system, and this is Babylonian system is according to their vocabulary. This is their verbiage. So they have denied everything, all of their earthly belongings, all their earthly, they cashed in everything. And in order to become a part of this group, you would have to donate something, which is whatever your finances would be. Some people donated $400. Some people donate $200. Some people donated thousands and thousands. And some people stole their inheritance or stole from their deceased mother's bank accounts to the tune of $300,000 and gave it to Nature Boy, which he preferred to be called from that point on. So now, Nature Boy, as he is being called, the master teacher or Nature Boy, he took the money and pretty much squandered it. Okay? How do you squander $300,000 in the jungle? Especially when you wear nothing but a cloak or something wrapped about your waist. And for the most part, everything is left to dangle and what, you understand what I'm saying. So once they squandered away buying mopeds and laptops and tablets and a bunch of expensive toys and what have you, then the money was gone. Nature Boy became frustrated because he felt that nobody else was trying to take care of the tribe except for him. So he start ranting and raving and doing his lectures, and he would wake people up at wee hours of the morning, make them stand at full salute, and they would have to stand for hours on end while he's ranting and raving and babbling on. Babylon, babbling on. So he continued to talk, he continued to direct them, he continued to brainwash these kids. And most of the group, unfortunately, are very young people from the ages of 18 until maybe into their 40s. But now, get this. In the very beginning, when he was in Costa Rica, a large number of his group members were Caucasian. However, Nature Boy's teachings say that the white man is the enemy. As a matter of fact, when it was alleged and later confirmed that Nature Boy was not only infected with the HIV virus, but he was also infected with hepatitis and also with herpes and a host of other STDs, which he probably or could have contracted through sexual contact during his time as a male prostitute, because in his younger years, he was a male prostitute, he was a barber, and he was a model. So very handsome looking, very healthy looking young man at that time. Now, when you're looking at the pictures of this man, now you're looking at a very frail picture of a not so healthy looking individual whose mental status is to be questioned and whose ability to maintain finances are not good, because he's not a good steward over money, especially when he's in a manic state of mind. Therefore, he can't be trusted. He denies having HIV. He denies having herpes. He denies having any other said illnesses or anything, because he said that sickness and disease are a trick of the mind. So therefore, if sickness and disease are a trick of the mind, then you can alter your pattern of thinking, you can alter your thoughts, and there you can go into the river and cleanse your body and cleanse yourself from the sickness. Well, it is a known fact that Nature Boy has slept with several individuals who, in fact, have tested positive for HIV. He has admitted that he has slept with people with HIV, and it is also confessed by some of those people that they are, in fact, HIV positive and that they have also slept with Nature Boy. Now, the problem with this is because this is a polygamist group. He has several directives, as he calls them, or wives. And some of them have been interchanged within the group. Some of those wives were, in fact, infected with the HIV virus and carriers of the virus. So we have a wife who is in the jungle, unable to use protection or anything like that, going from one husband to another husband because Nature Boy, the master teacher, coveted that wife and wanted her for herself. So he took that wife into his polygamous group and took her to be wife and made her his primary directive. She is now impregnated with his seed. Now, another young lady that was pregnant just left this group and returned. She made her exodus and returned to the United States with her tribal husband and their newborn baby. Now, it's said that this young lady is also infected with HIV, and if you look at her, she's very frail. She's very unhealthy looking, and she's very thin. You can see her bones, her skeletal features through her face, and it is almost obvious that there's definitely something wrong. Now, the problem with this is that the same way that he solicits finances, which is through social media accounts, is the same exact way that this man is soliciting followers to come and to join him on his journey from this hell realm, from this Babylonian system, into the jungle of Belize. Okay, the problem that I have with that is that he is recruiting more and more individuals, and it is quite obvious that he's not just trying to preach them anyway free, but in fact to enslave them, mind, body, and spirit, and use them for his own sexual purposes. It is also alleged that he has shown himself, his private parts, on his social media page with a 14-year-old girl in the room watching, as she stated across the screen when she was asked how old she was. I am 14 years old. And at that time, he was exposing himself in front of this child. This is a very dangerous individual. I'm running out of time for this portion, but guess what? There will be a part 2. Please come back and stay tuned. This is your girl, Sis-Lo. I love you on purpose, and there's nothing you can do about it.